Okay, hello, welcome back to another game of chess. They were playing e4 as per usual. Our opponent responds with e5, so knight f3 here. They play a Petrov or a Russian game. Normally this is kind of a boring line, because, you just see takes. I think d6. I don't even know the theory. You see all the 2700 grandmasters playing this. No, we're not going to go for any of this mainline stuff. We are going to play the Eurosov gambit with bishop to c4. They take, then we play knight c3, which is known more formally as the Boden-Kizeritsky gambit, or the Frankenstein-Dracula gambit, which is just awesome. Now, they play knight here, which does look like a blunder because we can take the knight, which we of course will, but then they will play d5, inevitably forking those pieces. Now, it would have been interesting actually to play bishop f7 and then take the knight. Anyway, I'm fairly sure the best move is bishop d3, and after they take, we take here. Okay, we're gonna play bishop d3. I just thought about that for way too long, and then we're gonna recapture here, instead of basically taking the pawn and allowing their queen to the center. Now they play bishop d6. I think this is the main line. We're gonna play d4 here, and then after takes, we can take with the knight. We've got a fairly equal looking position, although black has definitely equalized from the opening. I don't feel like we're claiming anything anymore. Maybe, yeah, we should have played bishop here, king here, and then taken the knight. That would have been fun, but oh well. We keep our light square bishop at least, and okay, they castle. Whoa, do I have a Greek gift? Bishop h7, king h7, knight g5. Should we just go for it? We're gonna just go for it. Bishop h7, why not? Greek gift, sack the bishop, knight g5 attacking the king, and then queen h5. Now, they bring their king out, meaning we can't play queen h5. I think here, we can play the move queen d3 check. You obviously can't do this because we just take with check, so there's no rook e8. Already this is a mess, but already I love it. So queen d3, maybe f5 is the move? Perhaps? Honestly, I kind of want to play h4. With the idea to play h5. Oh, you know what, guys? We're playing h4. This looks dumb. Probably this Greek gift wasn't even on, but we've drawn the king out for the price of just a bishop. A bishop for a pawn, in fact. Now I'm threatening h5, which is going to either force the king into a line of discovery with a double check here, with the bishop winning the queen. So you will not be able to go h6. I'd imagine they can play f6 though. No, but then we go check, and then it's either this or it's here, and then it's looking nice. Yeah, okay. There's no way to stop me going h5 as well, unless you move the king. Now you could go here, but then we fork. This looks really nice. So they go bishop here. Now I go h5. You can't go here because I win the queen. So h5 here is the only move. Huh. Does the king just end up running away? Because the bishop holds here and we can't fork. Why don't we go g4 first? Oh, lads, we're just going to go for it. g4. I mean, this is the kind of chess you want to be playing. g4, harass the bishop first. Because if you take, we take here, and then we're threatening some discovery on the king. Also, we win back our material. You have to move the bishop, otherwise we're going to take it. If you push the f pawn, we play check, and then the only legal move is here, and then we win the queen with a double check with the bishop on c1. This is absolutely disgusting. If you go here, we can just take. If you go here, we can just take. Or if you go here, maybe we go check first. But then the king moves across. So they just play knight here. Wow. Wow. No way. No way. So do I take the bishop? Okay, let's do some calculation. I've got to be winning here. I mean, look at this king. Yes, we're down a bishop, but again, look at this king. If I go check, the king has to go here. I don't really like that. I want to take this bishop with check first. We're not even down material anymore. We must be winning. Look at this king. Our king is kind of weak, but at least we can still castle queenside. And like right now, your choice is to take with the knight or to take with the king or to just play king f6. Now I'd imagine king f6 is the only real move that's playable here. But But then if you go king f6, we've now removed the bishop, which was the only defender of h7, so we can fork that king and rook. So they take with the knight. Okay. Now we go check here and check, and we can win a rook. Hold on a second. h5, king f6, knight h7, or maybe knight here even. But let's say knight h7 for now. There's two moves, king e6 or king e7. Now if king e7, bishop g5 check, but then there's f6. Oh, I love this game. It's so dumb. Sometimes chess is so dumb. Do we go h5, or do we like somehow play queen g4 first? Then if the king moves, we go check. I really like queen g4 as well. It seems like there are so many ways to win here. Or so many ways, so many really, really tempting moves. I just want to pick the right one. h5, king f6 is forced. No question about that. Check, but we don't want to just cash in on a rook. Because we're a pawn down anyway. Our king's kind of weak. That means we're not obviously winning. Going here, king f6, knight h7, and then taking the rook is basically the bare minimum that we can get out of this. The thing is, we cannot let the king back in. And our knight's doing a great job of that for now, but say we went here preemptively to try and open up some check option, they could run back in. Guys, I really want to play queen g4. I'm just going to play queen g4. The reason being that you still have to play king f6 anyway, but we get our queen involved and attack this loose knight. Now when I go check, or do we go check here? Check. I don't really see a reason to do this over this, and here we can probably cash in on the rook in the end. The point is that after we give the check, there are two legal moves. If you go here, then you hang the knight. So queen g4 instead of h5 has forced king e6 eventually. Wait, if we go check king e6, we can then bounce back to here and exploit that pin maybe. Okay, we're going check. We're keeping the knight in here. I don't want to go for this rook. Now this is pinned. Maybe I should have just gone for the rook. If they go queen here, we go like bishop here and it's just looking disgraceful. Queen here, we might even push. Okay, we're going to drop the knight back to try to exploit this pin. Now if they go, for instance, g6, can I try and prise this apart with h5 and try and get my rook involved? Okay, we're going h5. I mean, this just has to be the right idea. This is pinned twice. You cannot take, because we take here with check, and then probably pick this up, and life is good. And if you can't take, we are threatening takes, and then taking this with check, and then trying to drop our rook in. Yeah, opening the h-file has to be the right idea. Also, bishop g5 is on the table. Also, out of nowhere, this check might be useful. So this is looking good. We have 2 minutes and 9 seconds. I've spent a lot of time on the past few moves. I might cut some of that thinking time out, because otherwise it's going to be a very boring video, because we are only on move 17. But I think going for this check on the king on f6 to then pivot back to here to apply pressure like this probably makes more sense than going for this check and getting greedy by trying to take a rook. So the question is, what do they do? Rook g8 to try and defend this? Do we take? Okay, wait, rook g8, do we take? Takes, maybe rook takes, honestly. No, because then we take here. So rook g8 takes. See, once this pawn's drawn over here, then after bishop g5, there's no f6. The thing is as well, bishop g5 allows us to castle queenside and bring our rook to the d file. Like, this is just so dangerous for our opponent now. In an ideal world, I'd be able to put my bishop on g5 and castle queenside and maybe even bring this rook to the e file. And like, we could complete development, hopefully before our opponent can get their king out of the center. They do go rook here. Okay, we're going to take. Cannot take with rook because we take here. So you had to take with the pawn. Now, I'd really like bishop g5, but then there's bishop here. So maybe we... Honestly, I really like going in here as well. Okay, we're going to go for it. Rook h7. Look at that. The idea purely being to just not let the king back. We are not letting it back. You cannot go here because we take and the knight doesn't support because it's pinned. And then we are also setting up bishop g5 with the idea that if you go bishop e7, I take because, again, the knight can't take because it's pinned. And if the queen takes, then we take with the rook. This is such an outrageous attack. I cannot believe it. The rook is now tied to this pawn because we are threatening to take it with some kind of checkmating threat. So they come across. Oh, but the rook was tied to the pawn. My friends, surely that's not playable. Here? Queen here, maybe? Is that playable? Hold up. Maybe this check. I mentioned this check could be really useful. Oh my god, the only move is here. Guys. Check. You cannot move here. You cannot go here. There is nothing to block with. Your only move is king f6. It's been nice knowing you. It's been nice uploading on this channel, but now I've sort of, you know, reached the peak. It's all downhill from here, so see you guys later. Okay, so here we are in the analysis. This game was a mess. 79% accuracy with a blunder from me and a mistake. What a mess. Right, let's just go through it because this is too beautiful not to look at. I'd like to point out as well, I think this was checkmate as well. Yeah, this king was so exploitable and weak. Oh, whoa, okay. Let's just go through the game because I am extremely confused. This was not the best chess I've ever played by any means. However, we saw it. Okay, well, this is the mistake. The Eurosoft Gambit's the mistake. This is established theory. Look, Russian game Italian variation is what it's called here. I think it's also called the Eurosoft Gambit. This is played literally millions of times in the Lichess database, and also here we go, 120 times by masters. This is a playable gambit, especially at my level. Knight here. This is then the Boden Kierzewicki Gambit or the Frankenstein Dracula Gambit. And as they go here, takes here, bishop d3, takes. We are now in a 4 knights Italian, effectively. This position could have also been reached from basically going bishop c4, knight here, then takes, d5, bishop d3, takes, and yeah, on e4. This makes sense? Okay, anyway. So we get to this established bit of opening theory. d4, this makes sense, right? I mean, it's a move. Okay, we're in the Masters database. Most people are castling, but also d4 is played 31% of the time. Very reasonable. Castles. That was my blunder. You know, I completely forgot that this Greek gift had even happened. This is a blunder because we are sacking a bishop. Okay, wow, look at all these blunders here. This is chess between two people with an average rating of about 2200 on Lichess. Please have faith that if you are a lower rated player, everyone makes blunders. I happen to make a lot of them. These ones I'm showing you today because the game was beautiful. King here, check, and they should have gone back, which is very scary to do because here, what's the move? Oh, it's bishop f5. It's just bishop f5 and there's no mate. And if I go g4, you just go back to g6. Yeah, so the point is, here I have no checkmate. There is bishop f5, and if I try to do this, they step back. I have to move my queen. There's just no threat. Eventually they kick my knight and there's going to be up material. Yeah. I didn't even really calculate this Greek gift at all. I just got a bit overexcited. They went for king g6. h4 seemed reasonable. Was queen d3 the best move? No, h4 was the best move. Okay. Bishop here. g4. Knight here. Wait a second. Was that... We messed up a Greek gift, obviously, if we look at the graph here. But then from there, it's just all perfect. And we just exploit them. Oh my goodness. Okay, h4, bishop here, g4 is the best move. Then here, then takes, knight takes, queen g4. I mean, guys, I know we played a dodgy opening and then a very dodgy Greek gift, which just didn't work. But queen g4, king f6, and was knight e4 better than knight h7? Come on, let the computer think for a minute. Because it's fluctuating between knight h7 and knight e4. I think it's probably going to prefer knight h7 in the end. Although they seem identically close. Okay, they're basically the same evaluation. Although, as you let it run, It says knight e4 is the best, but by a very fine margin. Right, the reason I thought this was the case is because after the king moves, dropping back to try and exploit this pin makes a lot of sense. It likes h5. I have no idea why. Here, now it likes h5. I understand why here. Rook there, takes. Rook h7. This is so punishing. Here, check. Here, mate. What a game. I mean, from the point where we sacked the bishop, that was just perfect. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that game. Hopefully you enjoy the games where I, make some more obvious mistakes and then still manage to come back from them. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you'd be interested in personalized chess coaching. That is something that I'm working on at the moment, a service that I'm developing. And I've got a priority list of nearly 20 people already, which is awesome. Do all that good stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye.